Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Stage Wars where we break down IDPA stages and discuss different ways to run them. Today we're going to break down Stage India from the 2025 IDPA National Championship. The stage starts with the shooter standing with one foot touching the start stick, hands relaxed at sides with the gun loaded and holstered. There are a total of 8 threat targets and 4 non-threat targets that can be engaged from 5 positions of cover. T1 and T2 are in the open, and the shooter is exposed to them at the start. Each target is to be engaged with a minimum of 2 rounds each. The way the stage was constructed put this target further back than this target, which opened up some interesting options for how to shoot it. There were at least 3 different stage plans that were viable for this stage, depending on your skill level and what division you were in. All plans started with engaging T1 and T2 in the open, after which options opened up. Option 1, preferred by a large portion of the people I saw shooting, was to move to this position of cover and engage the 2 targets available from there. After that, move to this position of cover and engage the 2 targets there, and then finish off on the right side of the bay, engaging the remaining targets. This was a good approach that minimized the shot distance, but traded that off for having 4 positions of cover to stop at. Option 2 was to engage T1 and T2 while moving to the right position of cover. From there, you could engage the 4 targets visible from that location, then move to the position of cover to the left and engage the remaining 2 targets. The clear advantage of this plan was that you didn't have to move to the front of the bay. The downside was that the shots were very tight, high risk, high reward. Option 3 was to engage T1 and T2 in the open and, from the back right position of cover, engage the 2 targets that are available from there. From that position of cover, this target was fully visible and an easy shot. This target was the opposite, a very tight shot with a non-threat next to it. Because of how the stage was set up, this target was also available from the front right position of cover as well, and a much easier shot. The idea was to engage the open target and shoot 2 shots at the other target to engage it, but careful to miss the non-threat. Then you could move forward to the from left position of cover without having to stop at this position of cover. From the forward location, you engage the 2 targets there, and on the way to the final position of cover, you re-engage the target that you intentionally missed earlier. With that out of the way, you then engage the remaining 2 targets from the remaining position of cover. You started the stage with 11 rounds of shooting carry optics, and since this was a 16-round stage, a reload was required somewhere along the way. The movement plan you chose dictated where you could or had to reload, but all plans required you to drop 2 rounds somewhere on the first 4 targets to avoid a standing reload at the front of the stage. If you went with option 1, you could either shoot 3 rounds on T1 and T2, then engage these 2 targets with 2 rounds each and reload on the way to the forward position of cover. You could also engage each target with 2 rounds and do a standing reload at the forward position of cover, but that would have been slower. If you went with option 2, you were most likely shooting a PCC and a reload was not required. If you were shooting carry optics, you would engage T1 and T2 with 3 rounds, then move to the left for the far targets that you engage with 2 rounds each. Then reload on the way back to the position of cover to the right and engage the remaining 4 targets. Option 3 meant you had to drop 2 additional rounds on one of these targets. The best option was to drop 2 additional rounds on the open target. This removed the risks of hitting a non-threat, and you could shoot them very fast. I went with option 3 on both movement and ammo management because I wanted to eliminate a shooting position where I would have had to stop. By shooting 2 at this hard target from the back position of cover, I was able to re-engage it later from a more advantageous position. I think the stage plan and the ammo management were the right ones for me. What I would like to have back was the final shot on the stage. I saw a down 1 hit on the second to last target, and I wanted to make it up. Unfortunately, I was sloppy with my transition, and I ended up clipping the non-threat and making up the down 1 hit with a hit on a non-threat. As with the other stages at Nationals match, there were a lot of options for how to run the stage, and that made for a fun puzzle to solve.